Hello everyone, welcome to this third part of Oracle Database Basics. I hope you people have done previous commands shown in the last two videos. Let us move ahead. But before we start, the same thing, I hope that you all are making notes, theory notes as well as practical notes. So we have seen in the previous two videos that there are two types of command which can be given at Oracle prompt, internal command and SQL. Internal command don't require semicolon, whereas SQL command require terminal semicolon. So let us start. Now I will use this SQL star plus tool. I have entered this user as test password. Now you can see my user is connected. Okay. So what I can type? I can type clear screen. This clear screen, as you know, is an internal command, so we don't require semicolon. So clear screen is there. Now, as you know, I have given you a command list of tables. So there are two ways to see the list of tables. You can type select star from tab. See, you can see the list of the tables. Or you can type select star from cat. Okay. In both the cases, you will see the list of tables. Slightly there will be a variation. You can see they were showing 168 and earlier it was coming as 165. The reason you will come to know soon. One more difference was in this case it was showing as cluster ID. Here in this case cluster ID was not coming. And as of now there is no much difference. What you understand that to see the list of the tables, select star from tab, select star from cat. Almost they are same. The difference will you will come to know in due course. Okay. Now the question arises why tables? This is the biggest question. Why tables? What are tables? Now, see what we are doing. We are learning DBMS or to be specific RDBMS. So RDBMS is actually totally based on tables, which are technically called as relations. Okay, and uh, you will come to know slowly that what are the basic requirement of an RDBMS, what are chord rules. Okay, so but right now let us focus on the three things that you are going to do in this course. Okay, so in this course what we are going to learn? We are going to learn that how to decide, see, how to decide number of tables required for a project. This is the first thing that we need to know. Now before answering this, let us see the same thing. Why tables? What are tables? So as I've shown you earlier also, there is the same example. Let me show you. In 90% of the cases, all of you will be developing a small project or a, you know, what you call as a small software when you will join a certain company. So that software will definitely have two parts, as I've shown you earlier. Number one part is something like this. This is what this is called as. This is what this is a front end. So this front end is developed in some language. So that language can be Java, that can be .NET, that can be PHP, that can be Android. But this data which you are seeing here, it is coming from something called as, you can see here, tables. So these are 8 tables. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this is a small project of a small shopping mall, shopping supermarket, where there are different items and there are a number of employees. There are customers who can place order, like you do in Big Bazaar or V-Mart or Vishal, Megamart or any such place. So what you can see, there are 8 tables. Now if I show you employee tables. Now you can see this data which you are seeing here. Let us go to the first record. Now you can see here this Agrawal ABCD, it is coming here. Now suppose I change it here. I type it, suppose Alka, okay, and I change it. So you can see that it has changed here in the table because it is connected over here. Similarly, if I type Kapil, suppose if I type, you can see here, it is coming RRT Kapil. So I will type here Sharma. So as soon I will type Sharma, it will be reflected here. You can see Sharma. Okay. So in most of the cases, what will happen? This is your backend. Backend means your tables, and this is your front end. Even your WhatsApp has tables. Uh, every software that you are using, either to book tickets or to purchase something online or to do anything, has two portions. That is number one, front end. Number two, backend. There is one more thing. You can see categories. So this is a category table. It has got categories like tea, confectionery, dairy products, seafood, uh, and other. So, like there is a category called beverages. Now, if I see the form of it, again, category, you can see here. So, the same thing are coming. What? You can see confectionery, dairy products, grains, cereals. Okay. So, I hope you have understood that these are the front end things, and in the back end, there are 8 tables. Okay. So now the question comes, why 8 tables? Why not 18? Why not 80? Or why not one table? So this is the main and what is a table? A table is a two-dimensional database object which consists of rows and columns. Like this is the employee ID column, this is last name column, first name column, and this is one row. This row represents, for example, record of Shashwat Kapoor. His employee number is 5. He is vice president and date of birth, hire date, address, etc. And this column represents all the names. Last name, all the last name. Employee ID. So this is a two-dimensional object, or you can call it as a table or a relation. Okay. So in RDBMS, you will always find tables or relations. Now the question comes, why 8 tables? So this is what we are going to learn in the entire our course of 6 months, that how to decide number of tables for a project. For example, this is the Big Bazaar project. There are 8 tables. The software can be your canteen software. How many tables? Like you see software in case of Pizza Hut or Domino's. Then also how many tables are required? You may need a software for a doctor's clinic. Then how many tables are required? So this is all we are going to learn. Okay. So as I told you, number one thing, how to decide number of tables required for a project. Number two, how to establish. The second thing would be how to establish relationships among tables. Okay. Now the third thing which you are going to learn is actually the first part that is required to be done, creating an ER diagram. Establish tables. How to decide for a project is actually based on ER diagram. And the third thing is writing SQL queries as per user, yeah, as per software requirements. Okay, so these are the three important things that we are going to do in our entire course now onwards. Okay, so we are going to learn how to decide number of tables for a project, 5, 10, 15, 20. So this answer will come with the help of ER diagram. If you can correctly draw an ER diagram for a situation, you can decide the number of tables. Then how to establish relationship among the tables. Now you see there are 8 tables, there are relationship in the tables. You can see, I can show you here. These are the 8 tables and these are the relationships. You can see there are different type of relationships. Don't worry about it. This is what we are going to do for the entire semester. You will come to learn Finally, we will do this example only, which is very familiar, something like Big Bazaar, VMart, or Domino's. So same kind of thing we will be doing. So you will come to know how to establish this relationship. But some of you might know it. It is actually a primary key, foreign key relationship. Okay. And third thing is you should be able to write any complex query as per the requirement. For example, the customer might want to see what was the sale of certain brand of cold drinks during the entire year, or what was the which was the major project which has a return case, or which customer has the highest sale, etc., etc. So yeah, what type of combination was ordered by most of the customers? So these are the certain type of question that you will need to answer, and for that you need to know the queries. Of course, the queries will be required to create the tables also. So now onwards, please understand and focus that everything we are going to do will focus on these three things. And in the background of all these three things, there are theoretical concepts as well as practical concepts. Okay, I hope this is very clear to you that why tables, because this okay, this why table answer will definitely be more clear after uh, we do that portion of RDBMS core rules. Okay, so but tables are a far better option than flat files. Okay, some of you, those who have done the mini project based on file handling, they will realize that it is far easier to do work in tables rather than file handling. Okay, so let us come back to our prompt. So what we were doing this thing, we were seeing the list of tables. So if we try to connect with some other user, let us do it also. Now I will connect with some other user. You can see now I will type show user. The user is CSC. Select star from tab. You can see there are 49 rows. Now if I show you a sample table again, uh, select star, as you can see, select star from tab. You can see the list of certain tables, and in this list you can see there's a table called as student. Now, if you want to see the data of this student table, what we will type? Select star from student. You can see now the same thing: roll number, name, city, balance, email. The same thing is coming. Two-dimensional rows and columns. Okay. So this is again a SQL statement because it is necessary to give semicolon here. Okay, I think it is clear to you. However, it is little bit different from this place because here this was Microsoft Access, so it is having GUI interface, but it has number of limitations. Whereas in Oracle, the interface is something like this. You cannot have a GUI interface here. Okay, there are available options, but right now we will be focusing on this one. I hope this is clear to you. Uh, Thank you very much. See you in next video. By the time, please install it. Install Oracle. Still, if you have not done, watch this video and other videos again and again and make notes. Thank you very much.